my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Touch him up. Good luck.
Timmy's coming off a 259-day layoff, career-long layoff for Jared Anderson. He was lined up to fight possibly on the April Tyson Fury-Dillian White Wembley Stadium fight. Said would have been a big deal. Everything happens for a reason. It wasn't my time. There's been talk of a hand injury he's dealing with. He didn't want to talk about that at all. Bottom line, 259 days away. What do you expect?
Well, we're going to find out in this first round if there's any ring rust from Jared Anderson. A lot of times it's physical, mental, and emotional stress. But he likes the lights, so I'm not worried about that. Tess, just look for it. If you see Anderson missing the target often, that's ring rust.
Naturally left-handed is Jared Anderson. So in that southpaw stance right now.
Yeah, but he likes to fight from the orthodox stance, but he can do both. He's fluent. He's basically a middleweight in a heavyweight body.
Always talks about the fact that he believes he gets better every time out, and already considered the top heavyweight prospect in the sport. 78.5-inch reach. Saw him probing with that jab to the body. Rovchanin making his U.S. debut. Arrived here in Oklahoma a week ago. Comes sweeping in with a wide right hand against Jared Anderson.
See Rovchanin doing a good job using his feet to create angles and countering Jared. Jared's keeping his head on the line. Jared has to move his head off that line so it don't continue to get hit.
Now from that orthodox stance, you see him putting out that long left jab, going to the body consistently with it. His last fight was December 11th, and that was in New York. And that was underneath Vasily Lomachenko and Richard Comey. Comey, who is moments away from fighting in the main event here. That was a second-round thudding combination that finished off Alexander Teslenko.
Tess, I don't see a whole lot of ring rust from Anderson. He's already making way with the right hand. Not only is his jab starting to land, his right hand, his power shots are starting to land.
Rovchanin just getting out of the way of that right hand. Rovchanin, last loss was in 2018. His 2 losses in his career. He's won 5 straight since then. But the opponents had upside-down records. Record of 53, 72, and 2 for those 5 wins. Anderson getting a little rough on the inside and forcing back Rovchanin's head.
Beautiful, nice, stiff jab from Anderson.
Right back to it, snapping it out. Switching stances as well. So he's back from the long layoff as Jared Anderson. Let's check in with Mark Kriegel. Mark?
You know, fellas, it was in fact a hand injury that kept him out. He doesn't like talking about it, but judging from that first round, Timmy, yes, you're right. He's back. That right hand is fine. And what we're seeing here is a guy who's really an anomaly when it comes to American heavyweights. He didn't fail at football or basketball. He's been in this game since the beginning, since his childhood. He's honed his skills so they become like instinct. And that's what you need at the highest level of this heavyweight division. Guys like Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. It's not so much about power, which he has, but mostly it's about skill.
That is the big difference. You don't want to be a late starter to the game, and you see the difference when you see the top 2 undefeated heavyweights in the world, Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. Of course, so much talk now about what will be the undisputed heavyweight championship fight between these two, Usyk and Fury, that many expect to be in the first half of 2023 for a record-setting amount of money. Round number 2 in that first round, Anderson had a 19-9 connect advantage. He threw 39 jabs. Rovchanin trying to surge ahead and sweep with that left hand.
Yeah, Rovchanin, he's doing a good job in making the fight very awkward for Anderson. He's moving when he has to. Every now and then he'll sneak and try to counter.
Returns fire on the inside.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what he needs to do. because once Anderson punches, he stays there. He stays in place. He doesn't move his position.
Rovchanin tried to be the aggressor with Jared Anderson's back up against the ropes. Born and raised in Belgrade, Serbia, was pursuing a tennis career. Oh, on the break. Mark Nelson had called for the break there.
Stay there.
And the mouthpiece came out.
There.
It's a little frustration.
Zato Turkovic, here it
Come
is.
on, let's go.
See that short little right hand when Nelson called for the break, just a slap away to get rid of the mouthpiece. I mentioned Rovchanin was a tennis player until he was 16 years old.
Time in. Here
But
we
his
go.
father was a heavyweight boxer, Martin Rovchanin. In fact, Martin, his father, at 51 years old, had a fight this past year.
51 years old, having fights.
This is his 28-year-old son in here against Jared Anderson.
Rovchanin, you can see his instincts. He definitely knows what he's doing inside the ring. And he's not here to lay down. He's actually in here trying to fight and win. He's not spooked by Anderson like a lot of his opponents that get in the ring with him.
Hey, you're going to travel this far? You're going to take on this kind of challenge? You may as well go for it, right?
That's what you're in there to do, Tess. You're in there to win.
Of course, in this division, we've seen it through the years with intimidators like Jared Anderson, who are at this stage of their career. There are guys who have lost the fight before the opening bell against opponents like that.
Okay, break. I got it. Stop.
So he's trying to be as game as could be. Body work from Anderson and return fire from Rovchanin.
Just a matter of time, Tess. What's going to happen is that Rovchanin, he's going to tire out a bit. That pressure that Anderson's putting on him is starting to wear. You're starting to see his technique starting to go by the wayside, and Anderson is starting to land.
How about the work to the body with the left hand?
That's the breakdown process.
As it continues. Oh! Digs in, just step to it instead of going with the jab. He just turned it over on the inside, that short little underneath hook to the body, and now a 1-2. As you can see, Anderson here in the final minute of round number 2 taking complete control. Another big body shot. Damaging left hand comes in. And a knockdown scored in the final seconds of round number 2.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What a beatdown. Another knockout victory for Jared Anderson.
Too fluent, Tess. Too easy.
He made up his mind about halfway through the second round that he was going to hit the accelerator, Timmy. He started going to the body and then all of a sudden placed a little bit upstairs, and goodbye, Milyan Rovchanin.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The body shots are definitely wore down Rovchanin sooner than expected. But Rovchanin was game, but Anderson was just better tonight, honestly. All the way across the board. He's so smooth with his offense, so aware inside the ring. Like Mark said, he has honed his skills since he was a little boy. This isn't a basketball player or football player turned boxer. No, this is the naturally born fighter.
Let's take a look at the replay at the guy who is universally considered the #1 heavyweight prospect in the world, Jared Anderson.
Now, this is pretty much target practice right there. You see Rovchanin trying to block that body work, but Jared Anderson locating the head. Once you go down to the body, you get your opponent protecting his body, the head definitely will be open. Nice, short, tight left hook right there on the inside from Anderson. And then the follow-up, the fact that he can fight from any position, it doesn't matter which way his opponent goes. He never has his back to his opponent because he can fight from the southpaw stance in any position. There he is in the southpaw position. Beautiful skinny left or skinny right down the middle right there. There it is, skinny right, boom. Beautiful shot right there from Jared Anderson to end the night.
And then you see all the young prospects watching. You see Keyshawn Davis and Tiger Johnson, Dante Benjamin, Richard Torres, ringside. That's Keyshawn Davis. Now, I find it interesting, and I'm going to ask you this right after we get the official particulars, to see the young guys reacting to Jared Anderson, the 22-year-old who everybody is touting as the next great heavyweight. Let's make it official.
Inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, this bout comes to a conclusion at 3 minutes of round number 2. For your winner by knockout, Jared, the Real Big Baby